Hello everyone, my name's CantDoGames and welcome back to the weird news. Today's weird news is all about mysteries. Humans need mysteries in their life in a way. It keeps our minds active, it keeps things unsolved, are like it's what fuels some people's determination to solve it, and that's really good. Anyways, today's weird news. Mystery of the Yeti may finally be solved with new images captured by scientists. Ooh. If you don't know, the Yeti is basically Bigfoot, but in the Himalayas, I believe, stuff like that. Yeah. And also, mysteries of 6-inch skeleton with a conical head solved by scientists. They have found a skeleton of the Eggheads. That's really what I think when I see them. So yeah, that's what's going on today's weird news. I hope you stick around, I hope you enjoy. Let's get into this. Mystery of a Yeti may finally be solved with new images captured by scientists. The images that we're seeing is like footprints and like stuff like that. You know, it's just that's it. But you gotta think. I'm like, what are some of the images? What I've noticed is they don't look like Bigfoot. They look like a bear. It's like that's a picture of a bear's backside. The enduring mystery of the Yeti could have been solved once and for all. At least according to one expert. One expert out of how many, I wonder.
Okay, folks, so we got them done. There's a footprint here, and then we found another one here. This one is a little smaller because a deer walked into that side. That's why that's small, because the deer went into it.
How big is it then? A deer's not that big, is it? Their feet, their marks aren't that big. And is that like the stuff that they put on it so they can get an imprint of it? Why didn't you show it beforehand? And I like look at that and that. Well, look at that one there. Aren't you going to do it to that one? Because doesn't that look the same to that? It could be anything.
Yeah, the deer stepped into it, so we did the best we could on this print. This print is 13 inches.
Fucking hell.
And then you have here this. It looks like there's a print here.
No, it looks like where you stepped.
Right here. Where was that at? Right here? Or right here? Yeah, there's another print either here or here.
That looks like a foot. It looks like
from here to there.
You're wearing wellies. I think that's a welly. I think that's a boot footprint, mate, not Yeti.
Yeah. See what the distance is that, man.
Sorry, I just looking at that. It looks like a natural pathway because for animals and humans. So that could just be someone walking through. The Yeti, sometimes known as the abominable snowman. I just image of Monster Inc.
Welcome to the Himalayas!
Welcome to the Himalayas! Is a giant ape-like creature said to live in Himalayan mountains range in Asia. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Like most cryptids, irrefutable proof hasn't exactly been forthcoming, but there's been plenty of blurry photos. Yeah. Dispute video footage and folks saying I know what I saw. However, now an expert reckons he knows exactly what's behind the decades-old mystery. Madhu Chetri, a researcher with Nepal's National Trust for National Conversations, say he was warned about the Yeti by locals in a northern village. Well, if it's a village, they're going to have superstition, aren't they? It's to keep the kids in at night and keep them from wandering off too far. That is really what it is. He said, I heard several times stories about an encounter between a Yeti and the villagers' herdsmen. One herder also described how they walked like a human, but are double the size of a human. One said he encountered two Yetis. One was digging for a marmot, and the other was lying in a docile position with one leg folded like a human. So the other one had its legs crossed. I had its legs crossed. Just imagine a Yeti sitting there on a rock, just like. He also related that they can imitate human beings. Well, as in they can, like, walk into a shop. Wouldn't like the hair and that give them away? I know there's some hairy people out there. I'm one of them, but We're not that hairy, are we? Dr. Shettery says he was even shown evidence said to be left behind by the creature, including footprints and hairs. Yeah, they do have like a lot of like things up there, like footprints that they've kept, stuff like that. Some of them worship, I believe. Like the Yeti's like a spirit or something of the mountain, something like that. Yeah, but he's not convinced it's some sort of supernatural or as yet unknown creature we're dealing with here, and thinks it's more likely to be a Tibrian brown bear. Yeah. So the first photo that I saw was saying like a bear's backside. I was right. It's like, what's this? Like, what's this photo about? It looks like graves, not footprints. He said it's because of the physical description that their footprints and how they're bipedal when they spot something interesting or unnatural. Also, sign of digging for the Himalayan marmot. Oh, that's what that is. That's digging for holes. They look like graves. Jesus. Can be seen in the Upper Mustang. People generally say this is done by the Miffy, which means Yeti. The Miffy means Yeti. Okay. Sightings are rare, but footprints and digging sites are seen quite easily in the Upper Mustang during the summers when the marmot is out from hibernation. Dr. Sherity said he became more convinced that these suspected Yeti sightings were in fact bears when he was able to observe them in the wild. After an international sighting in 2007, he was finally able to capture clear images of a species in 2013 using a camera capture, and he's now published a study showing these first images of the tribal brown bear in Nepal. So all of them serious sightings that could have just been a bear, a simple brown bear. There still might be evidence out there. You never know. There could still be something out there, but it could have just been an easily hungry bear. Okay, next bit of news for today: mystery of 6-inch skeleton with conical head solved by scientists. That is an egghead. It is one of the eggheads. They found an egghead child. Yeah, actually, it does look real, but at the same time, it looks like a toy, you know what I mean? Scientists have finally discovered the truth after spending years baffled by a tiny skeleton that was discovered with a conical shaped head and 10 ribs rather than usual 12. Honestly, if this isn't the weirdest thing you've seen today, you must be having an unusual time of it. I've seen some weird shit, so this doesn't faze me. The bones were found in Atacama Desert in 2003, and the strange find has since been nicknamed Atta. Oh, look. Okay, so it is actually a skeleton. It is actually bone. That's so weird looking. How would that thing live? Wouldn't it just get stepped on by a human? The skeleton was found by treasure hunters. What? A job title? Yeah, not an actual person, just some people grave robbing, basically. Scouring an abandoned church near to a deserted mining town called La Nora. The remains, which measure just 6 inches long, were stashed away in a leather pouch, which in turn wrapped up in a white cloth tied with a ribbon. No one had any idea what the bones were, though. You see, most of us have 12 sets of ribs, but the skeleton has 10. Obviously, there has been a load of speculation about what the thing actually is. Some believe it could be an alien skeleton, and others believe it to be an ancestor. I'd think it'd be like an ancestor or something. Okay, early born. Like an early born and it died at birth or something, you know. Because how small it is, yeah, I would think it's like an early birth or something. That's where the whole thing gets even more bizarre, as the bones have actually been dated to around the 1970s. What? So why is there nothing known about it? Yeah, I guess it's hard. Well, no, it should be easy to get DNA evidence. Use the marrow from the bone and all that. You can do stuff like that, can't you? Furthermore, 8% of the DNA of the skeleton was found not to be human, adding more fuel to the extraterrestrial theory. Then, in 2018, the scientists from Stanford University in San Francisco and the University of California found that the baby died around 40 years ago and had several genetic conditions that contributed to the unusual nature of the bones. Oh, it's dwarfism. Dwarfism and the other bone disorders turned out to be the eventual reason for this strange shape rather than alien origins. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be like something like that. It should have been. It's like a disorder involving an early birth. They believe that the skeleton belongs to a baby that died just after birth or was born prematurely. There you go. Professor Gary Nolan believes the bones could one day help patients by providing insight into bone disorders or helping those who have suffered bad breaks. He said the research clarifies what has been a very public and sensational story for a long time, and it was done out of desire to bring some humanity to his discussion and dignity to the skeleton. Yeah, you got to treat it with respect. It was an unborn child, basically. The DNA and image comes from remains that were not known to be human when the researchers began. It has long been known that the skeleton was previously held in Spain without any allegations of criminal conduct as to how it was acquired. Okay. So it went through quite a lot of like shady places to get to where it is now. So it's probably like been contaminated or something, you don't know. Cristina Dorador, another scientist, has called for the Chilean government to condemn the research, highlighting the potential distress it could cause the family of the baby. Yeah, because the family could be still out there, couldn't they? And they probably didn't want people to know about it or something. Someone just dug up a grave. Well, treasure hunters. She said, "We do not know how a little girl came to be buried next to the church in the abandoned town. We do not know if she was born alive, but we do know she was treated with care and love in her last moments, being carefully covered in a white cloth and violet ribbon." Basically, it was a grave. Yeah, someone just dug up a grave. From the presumed timeline of her death, it is likely that her mother probably is still alive, given the amount of interest about the case in the media. It is also possible that the family has been forced to relive events from 40 years ago. But what is the fate of the girl of Lenora, a dark drawer in some place in Europe? So it's not an alien, it was just a disorder. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's weird news with some bits of mysteries that were, well, solved, as one would say. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and liking this video helps support the channel with YouTube's algorithm. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.